All right, we live.
Nah.
Yeah, let me check first. Can y'all check your phones? Yeah, we live.
All right.
Let's see.
All right, Shalom. Shalom. Before we get started, we'll give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shah, Hashem, Wakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule and teach well, and peace and safety to the occupants around the four corners of the world that's pushing out this truth, giving out diligence and putting their lives on the line to do so. These are the brothers out of the GMS Atlanta camp. We're here with another lesson, touching on the topic of we want to go home. When we say that, we're speaking of the kingdom, because we all know that the America where we're living in as of now is not our true home. We're yearning and crying out to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, to come rescue us, man. Why? Because we are the place here. We feel unsafe. We're surrounded by wickedness. And ultimately we just want to have a peace of mind and have rest. You have something that you want to kind of look at.
This is Micah 2:10. It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with the sword destruction."
That's right. So the scripture says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." That don't mean go, out of the country or out of mid thousand miles away. No, it means taking yourself away from the world. Pulling yourself away, and ultimately being surrounded by the brothers. And because the scriptures say, when 2 or 3 are gathered, I'm in the midst. So that's when you're amongst the brotherhood, you're getting a glimpse of the king. But just without further ado, we just want to establish, what the kingdom is. So if a brother can get that Ecclesiastes Bible shop.
God, this is Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation coming.
So with the Christianity pushes on the world. That when the world gets destroyed or whatever, that nothing is going to be here no more, man. It's just a big fairy tale, man. Just it'll be just nothing. But when you look into that word generation, it means a dwelling place, man. So even it's just a change of rulership, basically. And that's what it is, man. Esau is in his rulership now. Matter of fact, could the brother get that second edges? Because Esau is in his rulership now. But Jacob is soon to come, man. So that's all that generation is a change of rulership, man. You got it.
This is 2 Ezra 6, verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed.
That's right. So Jacob being the forefather of the Israelites, and Esau being the forefather of Esau, the Edomites, man. So Jacob grabbed on the heel of Esau, symbolizing the end of their rulership, man. We're at the very end of Esau's heel now, man. Of pulling down Esau's rulership, man. That's why, if I could say, that's why brothers are doing lessons such as this, because it's pulling down the strongholds that Esau has on our people, man. And Israel is coming to the top, So you can continue.
If I can add to your point, the scriptures also tell you that the Lord is gonna make a new earth. Okay, so the kingdom of heaven is gonna be established right here on earth. When you go into that word "new," I believe it means to refresh. So it's gonna be refreshed from under the rulership of Esau, and given unto us, which it says Jacob is the beginning,
Mhm.
right? Oh, Jacob is the world that follows, or roughly paraphrasing. Yeah, kind of. So that's the renewing of this earth, man. Taking it from one group of people that are ruling right now and establishing it, unto us.
Mhm.
Okay.
Kind of, it's going to be a, like I said, shop. It's going to be a refreshed generation, basically. You know, everything's going to be cleaned up. It's going to be it's going to be Jacob in rulership. You know, Yahweh Shah or his elect.
Yeah, when the when the missiles come in and hit this place, it's not going to destroy, the whole entire earth. It's just speaking of America, man. So the whole earth. Matter of fact, let's keep reading in that Ecclesiastes.
God, it's Ecclesiastes 1:4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
That's right. It says the earth abideth forever, man. So hey, once this Esau's kingdom gets destroyed, then like how we read in Second Esdras, the 6th chapter, then Jacob will establish and refresh the world, man. Hey, and just to add another point onto it, our kingdom, Jacob's kingdom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah's kingdom is going to last forever, man. It's not going to be an end of it. Why? Because it's going to be established on the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shah. It's not going to be any wickedness. If you see a homosexuality or a faggot, you go put him to death. We see a Edomite going off, you go either put him to death or give him a strong correction. A big smack upside the head. Hey, that's why all the Roman Empire, Greek, the Persian, that's why all these other empires fell, because they had wickedness, man. It wasn't established on the law, statutes, and commandments. Go ahead, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes. It's Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
Start at verse 4. And then
All right, I'm going to start at 4. This is Ecclesiastes of Sirach 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
It says the power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord. Hey, so what's going on now is all because the Lord is allowing it to happen.
you get Job 9:24.
Yep, Job 9:24. So everything, Esau being blessed with the sword, Esau ruling with the sword, is all because Israel went off, man. It's not because Esau has a certain type of dominance about himself. Hey, no, it's just the Lord is just dealing with them right now, man. Only with the sword, man. But it says in due time. Read it again.
Okay, this is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach 10, verse 4. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable.
It says one that is profitable, man. Hey, the scriptures say he's gonna establish the laws in our inward parts, man. We won't even be able to go off, man. So that's one who is profitable. That's speaking about Israel, man.
Got some real quick to add to that point. This is Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And that's what we see going on right now. That it's not a profitable person that's running the earth right now. So the Lord has to come back and redo this shit, right? And get Esau out of the power seat.
Go to verse 16.
29:16. It says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increases, but the righteous shall see their fall. Yep, and that's that translation of the kingdom. This guy has to go down, because it can't be two people ruling. It can't be two kings ruling at the same time. Somebody has to go down in order for the next, establishment to rise. And that's just basic. 1 + 1 is 2. Yeah, it's basic.
Was there any more on that? What you had, Kalani?
Yeah, keep reading all the way to your precept. Verse 8.
All right, I'm going to start. This is Rock 10 and 5. In the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor.
Oh, it said, read verse 5 again.
All right. This is Sirach 10:5. In the hand of the Most High is the prosperity of man.
It says, in the hand of the Most High is prosperity of man. When you go, I think it's Job 32:8. It says the inspiration. It talks about the inspiration of the Lord, of the Most High, was given unto the man. So that goes into that as well. Like, and it said into his scribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got men like Baruch and whatnot that were the scribes. And when you read 2 Ezra 14, it talked about how the books were published. And about 70 of them, it's metaphoric, but about 70 of them were given to men of wise. All right, keep going.
And upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor.
And the person on the scribe shall lay his honor. Man. And even us, verbally, we're prescribing something.
Mm-hmm.
We're prescribing we're prescribing Esau his prescription of death. You know what I'm saying? Via orally. So upon us is prosperity and honor from the Lord, but we have to carry out the job that He has in hand. Go ahead.
Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injuries, practices.
There you go.
Pride.
It's Salaki. It says, do not, pretty much envy one another and get mad at each other for nothing. It goes into that in, I think, Matthew 5. Keep going. This is just a synopsis of what it's saying. I want to get to the brother's precept, verse 8.
Pride is hateful before the Most High, and man, and by both doeth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by the sea, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
That's right. And we're in that transition process as we speak, man. We see, Israel is everywhere, man. On the news, you could just go out, grab something to eat. You see Jake with fringes on, man. That's that. Even though they might not be in the right spirit, it's still that rise of Israel, man. Because
the spirit of things.
Yeah, it's the spirit of things, man. Because 20 years ago, you ain't see just a normal, Jake walking with fringes on, man. The truth is at a high level right now, man. Brothers got people at their job who they're Israelite,
Beards.
Yeah, going their beards. And that's that transition process, man. Hey, our people is really starting to kind of wake up to knowing that they're Israelite.
There you go.
It's
just Salaki. It's just a lot of them, because you have the 2/3.
Yeah.
Even 2/3 gonna wake up to I'm an Israelite.
Yeah.
But you have to go deeper than that and get the correct doctrine. Now, what's going around a lot is the spirit of science. When you go into the word science, it means to know. All right, so it's the spirit of people just knowing something. It says knowledge will increase in Daniel 12th chapter.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, as you see Israel on the incline, you can see Esau on the decline. Goddamn, he's dying at a faster rate than he's giving birth in his own goddamn kingdom.
That's right.
That's not gonna happen in our kingdom. We gonna have multiple.
That's right.
Plenty. The scripture tells you to be fruitful and multiply. Brothers may have 17, 20 kids, whatever they heart desire in the kingdom, man. Having more births, more deaths than births is not something we're even going to be worried about in our kingdom. That's how you know this devil is going down.
The scriptures say a little one should become 1,000.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken. So it's like we're gonna multiply like rabbits and have eternal life. Like we can't do anything about that.
Yeah.
That's why we need many matches.
That's why we need new. That's right.
This guy can't even. I know brothers always say they trying to do a damn cracker rally, and that shit got shut down. You can't even goddamn be a racist in your own kingdom. And when you're a racist, that just means to favor your own race. You can't even do that in your own kingdom. You finish, Esau.
And this everything. Of course, the scriptures say one of the milky scriptures is a false balance is an abomination to the Lord. Well, of course, this whole transition, even like the brother Karatazal mentioned, all the empires that were before us, starting from Egypt, going to the Assyrians, going to the Babylonians, going to the Persians and Medes, all the way to the Greeks and the Romans, and to now, all of it was a transition of power. In this case, it's going to be another transitory state that's going to happen, but it's almost like a seesaw. There ain't no damn way two people are going to go up at the same time on a seesaw.
That's right. Only one got to be exalted.
One's going to be exalted, one's going to be contrite. Contrite meaning of the ground. All right, and right now, hey, we are a contrite spirit. Hold Isaiah 57 and 15, and hold Isaiah 66 and 2, because we're of a contrite spirit, but that seesaw is about to go up. Who's going to be contrite to come next? Esau. He's going to be low. He's going to be down to the earth and to the ground. You know what I'm saying? Did you have more in your precept? Did you have precept?
No. Yeah, I was finishing.
Yeah, finish your precept.
Y'all was point on it.
Okay, come on.
Isaiah 3.
I got that 662.
All right, Isaiah 57 and again Isaiah 66 and 2 first.
Because this is Isaiah 66 verse 2. For all those things had my hand made, and all those things have been, said the Lord Yahweh, but to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word.
And trembleth at my word. That's meaning having the fear of the Lord. But that contrite spirit are the 1144 right now. That's us. You know, we're just down and out. Even though we still have a positive mindset in this thing.
Hey,
The spirit is willing.
The spirit is willing.
the scriptures even say, "Fail not to be with them that weep and mourn."
That's right.
You know, so
That's right.
that's actually a good thing.
It's a good thing. You know, so I mean, like, yeah, but we still have a positive mindset going throughout our tribulation. And yes, we have a balance of everything. We have a contrite spirit. Hold on one second. We have a contrite spirit, and we also have a jolly spirit.
That's right.
You know. So with that, go to Isaiah 57:15, because we're going to see what he's going to do with the ones who are of a contrite spirit.
God, this is Isaiah 57 and 15. For thus saith the high and lofty one.
The high and lofty one.
So yes, it's like a lofty one that inhabiteth eternally, whose name is holy. I dwell in the high and holy place with him also that is of a contrite and humble spirit.
So he dwells in a high place, which is the kingdom of heaven in that dimension, but also he dwells within us. That's why you have the temple, you know, when it speaks about the temple in the book of Corinthians, it's us.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? The spirit's in us. He dwells when you go into Revelation 3, and it says Yahweh shall knock at the door. Whoever answers, I will come in and sup with him. Well, he's right here. He's in us. Okay? His spirit is dwelling with us. All right? Keep going. And he's dwelling with a contrite spirit. When you look at all the people that Yahweh Shai healed and all the people he dealt with, wasn't, renowned men, of high stature. And it wasn't, man. He dealt with the lowly, 12 disciples who were fishing to get by, doing, whatever, who had really nothing to lose. That's why they could drop everything and go straight forward and follow him, because they were of a contrite spirit, because they're tired of their own empire. You finish that off. You were about to say something?
Nah, you just don't
Come on.
It says to revive the spirit of the humble.
Woo, to revive.
And when you revive anything, you bring something back to life. He put life back into us, man. Into our hearts.
The breath of life.
The breath of life, yeah.
The breath of life.
Living waters, just roughly paraphrasing that part.
Go ahead.
It says, it's like it. And to revive the heart of the contrite ones.
The contrite ones, and again, when you go into the word contrite, it means of the ground, man. All right, and the humble, the feeble, he's gonna revive us. All right, and that's that transitory or that transition of that seesaw, where the contrite ones will come back up, and a tear gonna run from our eye, like it says in the book of Revelation.
You like,
I had a quick precept.
I was gonna say, we actually got a place where we can rule at. That's gonna bring us up. Like, hey, We at the bottom of the totem pole right now, man. You know, brothers, it's finished out here, man. And through the Spirit, the Lord's gonna bring this up. You got it out.
This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 5. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they." Matthew 5 and verse 5. It says, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." And it goes into bringing out how the contrite the Lord is doing with the low and the humble. It says, the meek shall inherit the earth. Okay, and that's being in that contrite state, of mind and being physically contrite. All right, those are the people that shall inherit the earth, not the ones that are exalted.
That's right. He didn't say the high-minded, the pride of the scriptures. We look back on it, man. He never chose someone who was so high and mighty and think they had it all, He never dealt with people like that.
And just to paraphrase what Yahushua said to the rich man, that a camel, can reach through the eye of
Like a haystack.
something like that.
Yeah.
But a rich man, he wouldn't be able to enter in like that. All right, I'm paraphrasing, loosely paraphrasing.
Thread through the eye of a needle.
Thread through the eye of a needle. Like a big ass camel can get through. But not a rich man, because it's not for them. That's why you got the book of James, and it talks about the rich. You got a precept?
Yeah, I had some.
You get yours out there. You got a precept?
Nah.
Can you hold? I'll tell you. Go ahead, brother.
You want me to go? This is Matthew 19, and I'll start at 29. It says, "And everyone that have forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life." And that receive 100-fold is that crown, man. That's why going to the topic of the lesson, that's what we're yearning for, man. To receive that 100-fold, in order to do that, we have to forsaking certain things is basically it comes hand in hand with it, because ultimately we're gonna get it back in the kingdom, man. And this is verse 30. It says, "But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first." That's that transition once again, man. Because at this point in time, we're last, man. We're the low, But it said, "And the last shall be first," man. So the scriptures speak about us being joint heirs. We have Hashem Yahushua in Romans the 8th chapter. If a brother can hold that too. Us being children of the Most High. So that's that transition. That we're seeking for, and we're hastening in the day.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Come on, this is Romans chapter 8. I'll start at 16. It says, "The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High."
That's right. It said the Spirit bearing witness that we are the children of the Most High. Why? Because we understand that in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, hey man, them curses fit us to a T, man. That's right. Hey, them curses fit Israel to a T. It's tailor made, man. The perfect fitting, man. And it's not with any other heathen nation, man. Them curses don't fit Edomite, but they'll be the first one to tell you, "The Lord is with me," or "God did this for me," But the Spirit bears witness with Jacob that we're the children of the Most High, man. The scriptures speak all throughout the scriptures. Yahushua, Paul, the Lord deals with a particular nation, man.
It goes on to say, verse 17, Romans 8:17, it says, "And if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahushua HaMashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together."
And it goes perfectly with that, with Matthew 19 to 29 verse, man. Forsaking things, that's suffering, man. Not being able to be or to have a relationship with your kids, not being able to have a good relationship with your mom or your dad, you know, putting the truth first, you know, that's suffering, man. Patience, you know, y'all brothers got it.
Oh, hey, that's beautiful.
And that's being in the right spirit, man. You know, you basically sacrificing your life. You know, everything, everybody you once knew, you know, everything you once probably did, man. You're sacrificing all that, giving that all up for you. How about Shimmy Shot? You know, and you being humble about it, you being lowly about it. Now you're starting to sigh and cry, and you're starting to wake up and realize, man. You know, that's who he's looking for, man. Once again, he's not looking for people who's gonna, nah, I just do this later. Let me just go out and party, you know. Let me go out and do this. Let me take that Saturday off. No, man.
Hot date.
Yeah, you know.
And
Fuck a hot date, you know.
And that all goes back to the scripture we opened up to, arising and depart from this place.
Yeah.
And that's spiritually, all right. Forsaking everything that is on the earth, because it's temporal. All right. The kingdom of heaven is going to be established with us forever. So that's what you should be putting your your trust and your faith and your all into. You know. Go ahead, come
I
on.
got this for you. This is 2 Corinthians 4, verse 17. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory.
Yeah, our light burden. Because really, this ain't nothing, man. When you look at the generations of old, or what our forefathers had to go through, how Job was tried, you know, and Daniel, you know, being thrown into the lion's den. This is a very light affliction, man. The Lord ain't asking too much of us, you know, to do what we need to do as far as the truth. We're not being thrown into a lion's den. We're not being thrown into a furnace, you know. Yeah, fish mouth. You know, we're not having our kids killed, you know, balls like Job. You know, this is a light affliction. So go through it in order to reach the ultimate goal.
And even so, like, we're still in the practice phases of the boot camp stage right now. We haven't really hit the true test.
Right.
And even so, when we hit that test, because you gotta remember, I'm not, you know, but like when you read the book of Ezra's, when you read these books, they're always saying, "Woe is me," because they saw the vision of the day that we're about to enter. Then them going through the lion's den, them going in the fish's mouth, them getting put in the fiery furnace is going to be nothing compared to Jacob's trouble. We're going to go through, but I'm not. Even Jacob's trouble is going to be a lot of affliction. Hold Wisdom of Solomon 3. We start with first. Keep going.
All right, this is 2 Corinthians 4 and 18. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal.
There you go.
But the things which are not seen are eternal.
The things which are not seen are eternal. Now, when you go to Colossians, the first chapter, it talks about, it sets the preeminence of Yahweh Shai, and it shows that he created everything visible and invisible, principalities and powers, everything. It's dominions, powers, all of that. It says it. Okay? So when we look at the things that Yahweh Shai created in the invisible, on the right-hand side, all right, the kingdom of heaven, the things we're going to receive, all this other stuff is going to be cloudy to us. It's not going to be anything. We're almost going to be like that horse with those blinders on. Like, I don't care what's going on the outside. I just see the pearly, the gates, the 12 gates of the 12 tribes. You got tunnel vision. Let's see the 12 gates of the 12 tribes, the transparent gold, you know what I'm saying? The bright golden city of the kingdom of heaven when we have our vision. I don't care if I'm getting tortured. I don't care if I have to go through something. I don't care if I have to have a nice little sit-down conversation with death. I don't care, because I already know I won. According to 1 Corinthians the 15th, we got victory.
Because it says it's only for the moment too. You know, all these things going through, you know, it's only for the moment. You should look at every situation, you know, just be like, fuck, it's only for the moment. You know, I'm gonna get the upper hand. You know, it's coming. You know, vengeance is coming, recompense is coming, and behold, you know, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be here.
Yeah, that's why we have this liberty now to practice the patience and the long suffering right now, so we can be geared up and ready for that time where we're gonna have to exercise those true characteristics come time when the tribulation hits. Some got reading something? You gonna say something?
Yeah, so we can get that incorruptible crown.
There you go. Again, 1 Corinthians 15. Or I'm talking about the incorruptible body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like one of the worst things that we have right now is these chains of darkness.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's gonna be afflicted, not our spirit. Here, just take this.
Yeah.
I still got my energy
Yeah.
because the spirit is an energy. It's a fire. You know, you got. Did you finish it yourself?
Can I finish up?
Come on, get this real quick.
Now, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High,
There you go. Keep going.
and there shall be no torment, and there shall no torment touch them."
There shall no torment touch them. The souls of the righteous, the 1144, their spirits are in the clutches of Yahweh Shem Shai's hand. Who can, the scripture said, who can pluck them out of my father's hand? Yahweh Shai said, who can pluck them out of my hand, let alone my father's hand? If you can't even get them out of my hand, you can't even go through the first layer. I'm sorry, my angels camp around here. You can't even get past my angels. Because I'm going to send the archangel Michael to come down and fight for them, according to Daniel, the 12th chapter. You can't even get around that. You ain't even going to get to me. So how, let alone you could pluck them out of my hand, you can't even pluck them out of the Most High's hand. You can't touch us. You can't touch my elect. That's why it says the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Lord. No torment shall touch them. That's tunnel vision right there. We know that scripture going into the day of Jacob's trouble. I don't care what you're doing to me. I don't care if you're physically hurting me. Who's to say I even feel it? It may tickle me. You cut my arm off and I'm laughing hysterical at your ass. Like stop tickling, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going in Wisdom of Solomon. I'm gonna pass to you, brothers. This is just gonna flow. Keep going.
Verse 2. It says, "In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die."
And focus on when it says the unwise. Reread it.
Verse 2. "In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken from misery, and they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace."
That's right, but we're at peace. Because we win. Precious in the sight of the Lord, the death of the saints. What is that? Psalm 116, I think. So it says, in their sight of the unwise, it looks like our destruction and our going away is a pure destruction. They're like, dang, man, he got chopped up. What was done to the Maccabean brothers could be done to us in Jacob's trouble. But we just laughing throughout the whole thing. And they finally, and the Lord decides to take the spirit out of that vessel, not them. And once we leave, they think, man, they ruined him. And we didn't feel a thing, and we went away in peace. We didn't feel that sting. Keep going.
It says, verse 4, "But though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality."
There you go. It says the hope, the hope, tunnel vision, like the brother said. We got hope in something. We can see the kingdom, and that goes again, man. There's been going around. The kingdom of heaven is going to be on the planet Earth, man. It's going to come right down on this planet that we stand on today. The kingdom is going to come right down there. Someone check the comment book too. And Yahweh Shem Shai by Shem Kakwadash, bro. I can throw me to your brothers on the comment book.
Shalom. And if I could say too,
Check there.
the hope goes into having confidence and faith too. You know, belief. Because you need hope, like, hope I can get through it. Let's give you that basis of faith, man, and your faith is going to increase.
That's right. It's a lot for cutting on, but like the hope, if you don't have a vision on anything, you can't obtain that spirit of hope. You can't. What are you hoping for then? There's a saying, if you don't stand for anything, you'll fall. You'll fall for anything. It's the same thing in this truth. If you might be in the GMS camp preaching, but if you don't really truly believe the words that you're reading and bringing out in camp, first, that makes you a hypocrite. Second, you don't really have the spirit of hope in you, okay? Because you can't see it.
Because it's just the ain't chapter says hope in something that's not seen.
Hope in something that's not seen. You know, you actually gotta believe in that there's something, the invisible, like you read in 2 Corinthians 4, you got to really believe that that is there and hope it comes. That's where your hope comes, through your belief and faith, like the brother Zakaria was saying, and your confidence. The word confidence means with faith.
That's right.
That's what it means. That's what confidence means. Con, with, and fidence, faith. With faith. All right? You get the word infidel when you're lacking faith. That's without faith. Infidel, and you got confidence. Don't be an infidel and not have the hope that you need to get the hell up out of here. Because if you don't have hope while you're going through your tribulation, that the whole world's gonna get tried, like it says in the book of Revelation. Then you ain't gonna get through it, bro. You ain't gonna get through it because your belief and your faith wasn't up to par. You don't got hope in nothing. You didn't hope that the kingdom of heaven will fall down, come from the clouds and fall upon the planet. You didn't have hope in that.
That's why Yahweh made it to where we don't know who the elect is, man. You know, because if you say Karatazar, Arak, Kashaquala, Zakaria, and Goliath was gonna be a part of 144,000, we wouldn't be doing this right now.
Chilling.
We'll be chilling with our feet up, man. You know, and that's why Salaki, bro. That's why we got the hope, man. You know, because we know that there is a elect, you know, but even though we don't see it, and we know we got the hope that we might be a part of that number, just off of the faith that we have in the scriptures, that we doing what the scriptures say, man.
Hey, you know what's crazy too? I gotta say this, because you said we don't know if we're part of that number. But we follow out the footsteps of Yahweh Shai, right? Don't you think he knew he was the son of the Most High? Don't you think he knew the power he had? He knew, and still didn't sit back. He put in work, but he knew. He knew he was the first fruit. He knew he was the firstborn. He knew he could. He said it. I could bring a legion of angels and decimate this place if I want to. He knew it. But according to Philippians 2, he just took the likeness of a man. He didn't. I'm in Philippians 2. He said, matter of fact, get Philippians 2 real quick.
I got something.
Come on, get that while you get Philippians 2. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 53, verse 3.
Oh, yes.
He is despised and rejected of men.
Man, start at 1.
This is Isaiah 53
because
1.
Read Isaiah. If you have a chance to read Isaiah 53, read it every day, man. So you can get more and more appreciation for Yahweh Shai and what he went through to save our ass, man. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 53 1. Who had believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai revealed? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He had no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. He is despised and rejected of men.
Hey, keep going.
A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief.
Acquainted with grief, meaning grief was doing the skippity doo on the yellow brick road with him. Right there, hand in hand with Yahweh Shai. All right? There's no other reason why he went up to the Gethsemane to pray to the Lord in such agony, because he had all that guilt and all that trouble on him, man. He was acquainted with the grief. Always running for his life. Not that he was shying away from it. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Keep going.
Surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement.
You see, he says he was stricken, he was bruised for what we did, for us going off. Okay? Now, the scripture saying in Romans 3 that the law, and I think Romans 3 and 20. Get that real quick. I want to say, so like it, brothers. But when you go on and when you really speak about Yahweh Shai, you gotta get it. Because you gotta get the full. You gotta push the fullness of him, so you can bring out the full potential of appreciation in brothers for Yahweh Shai. He is worthy to be praised, man. If we did not have Yahushua, we would be screwed, man. Because we're all guilty. Get Romans 3:20 real quick. Hold that, brother. Hold that. We gonna get this. Go ahead.
Romans 3:20. It says, therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight.
There we go. So this goes towards all the people with the law. Yeah, we keep the law because the law is spiritual, like it says in Romans 7:14, because it's Yahushua. The law is Yahushua. That's why he's the only one who could keep it perfect in the flesh. Keep going.
It says, for by the law is the knowledge of sin.
For by the law is the knowledge of sin. Now we were meant to be on this earth to be perfect individuals and to only know good.
Mm-hmm.
We were only supposed to know good. We weren't supposed to know the left-hand side. But thanks to the nigga woman. All right?
Mm-hmm.
It's different. That's why say it, brother.
Through her, we die.
We all died, man. Okay? We got problems through her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But there would not need to be a law if all we knew was good.
That's right.
What are you going to tell us? Like, do this good, do this good, do this good. We're already doing that because I don't know what's bad.
Yeah.
But since the woman came and told us to do this, that, and the third, but we're cursed because we listened. When you go into Genesis 3, because we listened to the woman, now we're in this predicament. Now the Lord had they need a law. Because now they know it's bad. And I got to say, don't do that, do this. That's why we have the law. Keep going.
Verse 21. But now the
And
righteousness.
it said in verse 20, you're not justified by the law, right? All right, keep going.
It says, but now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested.
Oh, Salaki, in verse 20, did it say we're all guilty?
It says, therefore, by this verse 20, it says, therefore, by the deeds of the law, there shall no flesh be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin.
Keep going.
It's verse 21. But now the righteousness of the Most High without the law is manifested, being witnessed by the law and the prophets, even the righteousness of the Most High, which is by faith of Yahushua HaMashiach.
Only the implemented the faith. It's not just about the law, it's about the faith in Yahushua. Keep going.
It says, until all and upon all them that believe, but there is no difference.
There's no difference. Keep going.
It says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of the Most High.
There you go. That's it. It was a more.
It says, being justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Yahushua.
That's right. Read verse 19.
It's Romans 2:19. It says, now we know that what things soever the law saith, it saith to them who are under the law. That
Now it says to them who are under the law. Who's with them? It would be the Israelites because the law was given to us. Keep going.
it said,
That's
yeah, that's okay.
Snip. Arts and craft on you. Keep going.
It says, it saith to them who are under the law that every mouth may be stopped and all the world may become guilty before the Most High.
And of course, that word world is what?
That is
That word world is cosmos.
cosmos.
And that word world there is cosmos.
Yeah,
because
because
it
the
says
law,
them.
because the law was only given to Israel.
That's
No, because it says them.
Yeah.
All right, so it's speaking about a particular. It says given to them, and it says the world that they all may be what?
It said the world that they may become guilty before the Most
That
High.
they may become guilty before the Most High. Because now we have the knowledge of sin. All right? So the law itself just doesn't justify you. It's the belief and the hope, the confidence, the faith that you have in Yahushua. That's what's going to get you by. All right? Not just the law, because you can keep the law to the T if you want. Does that mean you're going to get a ticket on a chariot? No. Because the question is going to be asked, did you have faith in me? What's that? All right, then. Join the rest in the second death. Because you didn't have faith. Did you have a precept? Did you have something?
I just had that still.
Well, oh, yeah. Keep going, Isaiah 53.
This is Isaiah 53, verse 5.
Matthew,
But he was
6 and 9.
wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with his stripes, we are all healed. Well, we are healed, like 21. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned every one to his own way, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua had laid on him the iniquity of us all.
Go and say, please, ended it where it says, please the Lord to bruise him.
I'm going to continue on. He was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth.
Didn't say a word. Pilate said, you the king of Jews, thou say it. Let's get the process going. Keep going.
He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep before the shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth.
It said the sheep of the shearers are dumb. You don't say nothing. The word dumb means you can't speak. Keep going.
He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation?
And this is the book of Isaiah. You know this is a prophecy about Yahushua. Keep going.
For he was cut off out of the land of the living, for the transgressions of my people was he stricken.
There you go. Because the sins that we were occupied in. But Yahweh sent him to make amends. Keep going.
And he was made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death.
And what? The two men on the other side of the cross with him. And also the scripture said that he sat with the publicans and sinners. Keep going.
Because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth.
There was no guile in him. Even Pilate was like, what do you do, man? Like, what do you do? False witnesses came up, charged him with blasphemy. Keep going.
Yet it pleased the Lord Yahweh to bruise him. He had put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, he shall see his seed. He shall prolong his days. And the pleasure of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua shall prosper in his hand. He shall see of the travail of his soul and shall be satisfied. By his knowledge shall my righteous servant justify many, for he shall bear their iniquities.
He shall bear their iniquities. Now this is reading about our ticket to how we get home. We want to go home. Well, this is the ticket. Yahweh Shai recognizing what he had to go through. This is our ticket home. You got to actually believe and have faith in Yahweh Shai. Not just keep the law, the law, the law. No, you need Yahweh Shai, man. And then do what he says according to the law.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, I'm not going to, if I don't believe in an individual, I'm not gonna have any respect or pay homage to that individual or even keep what he says. I don't appreciate you. What you done for me? But if you have someone who's leading you and you appreciate them and you have a understanding of what they went through and what they're trying to put in the game they're trying to kick to you, man, I'm gonna do whatever you say, man. And I believe in you. That's how we should be towards Yahweh Shai, man. And have that hope that we can go home. Because that's what we want. You know?
Even the scriptures say, everyone that says, Lord, Lord, should not enter into the kingdom of heaven. So it's more than just knowing the name Yahweh Yahweh Shai. It's actually putting forth that effort to understand the background and the history of what Yahweh did or what Yahweh Shai went through. You know, that's really what the brother is saying. You know, that's why it's so important, you know, to get into the scriptures, you know, to understand the task that is at hand. You know, what Yahweh Shai carrying the burden of the cross, or even us, you know, carrying the burden of the cross that we are carrying, you know, because just because you know the name's name, man, what are you doing, man? You know, are you sitting at home being just like a 2/3 nigga, you know, but on lessons you trying to go into the scriptures, and then you cut the camera off, you got a big ass bag of hot Cheetos beside you, man. That ain't what it's about, man. You know?
That's right.
Y'all know that.
And say something too. And you can see, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they kept hoping. And all the way on down, we're still hoping. Now we can see prophecies, you know. Now we can see things happening too. And that lets us, that's like a spiritual inclination on, all right, we're on the right track. Like the brother Kasha Paula said earlier, we're following Yahweh Shai's footsteps, you know. Us following Yahweh Shai's footsteps, we're starting to see the spiritual things, man. You know, him getting closer and closer. So that just boosting our hope, our confidence, you know, our faith. Why we should keep enduring, you know, praying, being brotherly to one another. Because we see the signs, you know, we're seeing more chariots, You know, brothers having more spiritual visions. We seeing brothers grow, and it's all through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's why we still hoping to keep pushing too.
That's right.
Come on.
Somebody asked, yeah, he said,
Yeah.
This is Isaiah 53, verse 12. Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he had poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors.
That's right. It said made intercession for the transgressors. Us. That's why you have the book of Jude, and Jude was his biological brother. All right, where it says he pulling a man out the fire. But that's it. He made intercession for us too. That's why you have the book of Hebrews. Paul was trying to speak to the Hebrews, like, look, man, we got Yahweh Shai now. You don't have to do these turtle doves and all these offerings anymore. He was our intercessors. You don't have to go to the Levites because we're all kings and priests now.
Sure.
When you pray, now you pray like Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's what you say, because you say the intercession, the middleman's name, which is Yahweh Shai. Everything got to filter through him to get to Yahweh in the first place. So you got to have that appreciation and that love for the ticket. Because Yahweh Shai is the ticket, man. You got Yahweh made Yahweh Shai the ticket. He's like, look, y'all better praise my firstborn's name, man. Because I made you elect 144 for him anyway.
right.
He's the ticket. You better believe in him, so through him you can come to me.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't come to me straight no more. And it ain't like that. Remember Jeremiah 15:1, y'all? I cast y'all out of my sight. You gotta deal with Yahweh Shai now. You gotta believe in him, and you gotta see what he went through. He just went through those things because what he did in his past lives. You know, but
defeated death.
And defeat and conquer death. Get Matthew, we're gonna get Yahweh Shai's words real quick, and I'm passing back to the brother Karatas. I'll close it out.
It's Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. It says, after this manner, therefore pray ye, our Father which art in heaven.
And this is the Lord's Prayer.
Hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done.
Thy kingdom come. And we're doing the will right now on earth. All right? But where's the kingdom going to come? Keep going.
Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
As it is in heaven. So the will of the Lord, where's Yahweh? Up there in heaven, in that dimension. And he wants, his will is being done here on earth. It says, thy kingdom is come. So anyone saying that the kingdom of heaven is not going to be on the planet earth, please explain this to me.
Right.
Where's it going to be then? Jupiter? Get the hell out of here, man. No. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
That's right.
All right? So the kingdom of heaven is going to come down on the planet earth. Plain and simple. All right? Anyone who says otherwise, you're bugged out. Yeah, I said it. You're bugged out. Okay? Because it's coming down to earth, and that's what we hope for, and that's why we want to go home. Keep going. You gonna say something? Go ahead.
I'm gonna say, bro, like you said, you bugged out when you believe that.
Mm-hmm.
The Christians, man, their interpretation, because that's all it is of the scriptures, which the scriptures tell you that there's no proper interpretation. They don't have the truth. They believe in some of the most comical things ever. Like it's a red man under the ground with a pitchfork.
And you got some bald head white babies.
Yeah.
Wings.
But maybe.
Yeah, like you're gonna go into the clouds and you're gonna dwell up there in the kingdom of heaven, which has to be very. Come on, bro.
Yeah. What's the purpose of even having it? We gonna dwell in the heavens, and then the earth is gonna be sitting down here.
They like reading.
And it's chilling.
What's the purpose of what we started off, the scripture we started off?
Yeah.
If the earth is going to abide forever, what, we just going to abandon it?
Right, we just gonna abandon the earth. It was gonna abide forever.
This is bad. No, man.
Oh, man.
It's going to be put to
Christianity,
use.
man.
Off.
Man,
Why would he create something that's just not going to be
Right.
used, basically?
Hey, even America is still gonna be used after they get destroyed because they say
The unclean fowls.
unclean fowls.
They gonna use
Yeah,
it.
they gonna use it.
The elements, the sand, everything will be over here. Everything, every element has its purpose.
It's gonna be a big ass Sahara desert over here.
Exactly.
You know,
But yeah, they can't get the common sense or the common knowledge of the scripture.
because they don't got hope.
That's all it is. They got hope, but it's gotta be like real far fetched.
Mhm.
Like it gotta be almost to the point where it's fictional.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you gotta sell a little kid a dream.
Yeah.
You just can't tell them. Hey,
That's why Christians got the cartoon book,
yeah,
Sunday school and
yeah,
shit.
like goddamn kids. Like you got a toddler or something, you just
Yeah.
can't give it to them straight up. Like, hey, Kingdom of Heaven is right there.
Yeah.
Don't get it. You gotta make it
Yeah.
look all nice and
Yeah.
stuff. Make it sound good. You know,
Yep.
that shit crazy.
Mhm.
But verse 10 it says, "Thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors."
Mhm.
Verse
Oh, you
13.
can stop right there.
Come.
You can stop right there. I'll pass it to you.
Hey, we gonna close off on this last scripture, Isaiah 2:2. Brother, yeah, you got it, right?
Yeah.
Time.
This is Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2. "And it shall come to pass in the last days that
So like this being the last day, we know pursuing Matthew the 24th chapter, what Yahweh described as the last day. We're living in those times. You can continue.
and you know, to add to your point, we've been living in the last days for over 2,000 years. But when Yahweh Shai was established on earth, I believe that's Hebrews 1. That tells you that we're going to be living in the last days. You know, once Yahweh Shai is here on earth, and that's been over 2,000 years ago. Isaiah 2:2, "And it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains."
And it says, whenever the scriptures speak about mountains, it's talking about government. So the government of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to be established, man, in the last days, and that's what we're doing now, man. We're establishing that government, man. You know, by building the house of David. You know, you continue on.
It says, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it.
It says exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it, man. Meaning that these other nations are going to live and subject to the law, statutes, and commandments written in the scriptures, man. You know, it ain't no other way around it, man. You know, hey, you basically got to go with the flow, man. You know, you don't have no say so about nothing, man. You know,
if I may say, I'll pass it right back. You know, even when it says that all nations shall flow into it, that goes on along with the other heathen nations going to be tributaries unto this, and all their first fruits are going to flow into to the Israelites at the end of the day. You know, you got
they won't even. It's like it's not even going to be any bucking up either. You know, it's gonna be. That's why I say it's flow. You know, whenever something flows, it's smooth.
That's right.
You know.
And on top of it, the brother brought out Proverbs 29:2. That the wicked, they ain't gonna have a problem with it because they're gonna be living good.
Yeah.
I don't want to say good like that, but they're gonna be living way better than what they living now because righteous men are in control.
That's right.
And if I could say too, these other heathens, they don't have to deal with no damn chemtrails, GMO food, faggots running around. You know, everything gonna be in its pure. You know, that's why the scriptures speak about. You know, when the righteous are ruled, you know, the people rejoice. For
There's gonna be war.
Okay.
They're gonna have their own plot of land. We don't want to see you.
Right.
There will be no intermingling. If you're an Elamite, you are a purebred Elamite.
Right.
That's it.
You don't know that they forefathers.
Don't be confused.
It won't be confused. There won't be no more
mixed.
and no more confusions of faces. Nothing.
Mhm.
Those are Israelites. Those are Elamites. Those are Moabites. Those are Ishmaelites. That's it. No more Edomites. All right. You know, after 1,000 years, but they're gonna be cooling because everything's gonna be flowing like a well-oiled machine. Right now, this shit. You ever seen a bike with the wheels kind of distorted and
Debo, like.
It's fucking a miracle. It's a miracle. Go ahead.
Nah, you got it.
Continue. Continue on
Yeah.
Isaiah 2:3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Hey, and that's just going back to the top of the lesson, man. Hey, that's what we're yearning for, man. You know, for it, and because that's peace, man. You know, to live by the laws and statutes and commandments of the Most High, that's peace, man. You know, not having to worry about wickedness that's going on around you, man. You know, that's why we want to go home, man, to the kingdom, man. You know, so when I remember there's a quick little one brother got a picture of the America will be destroyed sign. We got a big smile on our face, man, because we want to go home. You know what I'm saying? We understand that this is not our resting place, man. You know, so if anybody else has something, so we're gonna go ahead and close out. You know, I hope this lesson edifying to the icon. You know, it'll close out by giving all praise and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
double honors to the apostle and the elders of GMS who ruled and teach well. And to the next time, Shalom.
Shalom.
The water for the Akim on the common board.
Yeah.
Shalom.
Yeah, the water. Shalom.